The sport of badminton has its fair share of winners and losers, but as one Hong Kong company proves, winning can go beyond the badminton courts. In our Entrepreneurs Only segment, Phil O'Sullivan reports on how an investment of just $5,000 has been transformed into a multi-million-dollar business making shuttlecocks.
For Anthony Chow, badminton is not just a game. Bored with his job in a bank, in 1978 he visited China as part of its open door policy. At a trade fair, he came across some shuttlecock manufacturers, and he immediately saw the potential.
The demand is so big in the world, but their production is very, very small. So I thought, well, this is could be a good business. That's how I started.
Over the years, Mr. Chow and his company, DH Shuttlecocks, spent $10 million importing overseas technology into his Chinese factories. The new technology has been well worth the investment.
We improved the production, we improved the quality, and then we are selling like hotcakes.
DH is now producing nearly 13 million shuttlecocks a year, sold under its name RSL, as well as world-famous names like Prince and Wilson.
We are already #1 in England, #1 in Denmark, and #2 in Germany, and #1 in France, and in Malaysia we're also #1. So in many countries we are either #1 or #2. We are the major supplier in the world now.
Mr. Chow says the key to successful shuttlecock production is consistency, and maintaining high quality is a constant challenge. DH imports the shuttlecock cork base from Portugal and uses nearly 3 tons of Chinese goose feathers each year. Mr. Chow showed us this video he shot himself. It shows workers in one of 4 DH factories in China, where 400 women process the shuttlecock feathers, all of varying quality. In this room, the finished shuttlecocks are tested to see if they're up to the required standard.
Sounds very interesting, but actually sometimes very frustrating because of the raw materials.
DH has nearly 1,000 staff working in its Chinese factories and around the world. And it's setting up a factory in Indonesia in case Chinese labour becomes too expensive. Mr. Chow says the badminton industry is worth around $600 million a year. And he says DH is taking close to a quarter of this.
This is the last remaining gold mine in sporting good business. There's no competitors.
And maybe that's why the DH in his company name stands for double happiness. Phil O'Sullivan, CNN, Hong Kong.
Well, visit our website at cnn.com/Asia for updates of the major business stories from around the region and around the world. And if you have any comments or questions, drop us a line at our email address on the screen there, cnn.asia@cnn.com.